Right now at 5, the parents accused of neglect leading to the death of their baby appear in court.
And MDH investigates a death at a La Crescent assisted living facility.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. Bond is set for the La Crosse parents whose baby died of a fentanyl overdose. 43-year-old Lavon Liggins and 34-year-old Brittany Basley both face charges neglecting a child. Consequence is death. According to the criminal complaint, their 15-month-old baby died last September. The child's autopsy revealed that he died from a fentanyl overdose. Today in court, the DA said that when law enforcement searched their Gold Street home this week, they found 6 children inside with a loaded firearm on a chair. Those charges are pending further investigation. Basley and Liggins have prior charges of child neglect. They're both being held on $100,000 cash bonds and each face a maximum of 31 years in jail.
Neglect caused the death of an assisted living facility resident in La Crescent. That is according to an official investigation from the Minnesota Department of Health. The report says Springbrook Village, La Crescent, is responsible for maltreatment. A resident suffocated and died after her head got stuck between her mattress and a side rail. Investigators found 3 months before her death she had a history of falls and difficulty getting up in bed. Springbrook did not provide investigators with any side rail maintenance records. In a statement to News 8 Now, Springbrook officials said it's working with MDH to maintain all bed rails and to prevent similar incidents.
Well, it's a great way to end the week. If you're a fan of the heat, for all of us else, we do have that cool down coming up. But if you are a fan of the heat, you got a few days left of it as we have a warm weekend coming up. Taking a look outside right now where you got temperatures still lingering in those upper to mid 80s. Still got 91 here in La Crosse and Eau Claire. Otherwise, a lot of upper 80s across the rest of the area. Our dew points aren't nearly as high as they have been in the past, although they are still going to make for a bit of a sticky feeling as you step out the door. A lot of them sitting with a couple 70s sitting mainly in those mid 60s. So again, it might feel a little sticky or uncomfortable, but not nearly as bad as we've been used to. So I honestly thought it was pretty manageable. I guess that's what having dew points in the low 70s really does to you. So this next week is going to feel great for us. But that is good news for this evening. If you have gotten used to this weather, it's going to feel nice outside, especially if you have plans to get out there tonight. It's going to be a beautiful evening for it. A little bit of a sticky feeling, as I said. Otherwise, very sunny and clear conditions with temperatures getting down into the 80s. Now, we do have those warm conditions continuing through the rest of the weekend with a few sprinkles of some showers in the forecast. Other than that, it's going to be a pretty nice weekend.
All right. Thank you, Nicole.
A live reunification exercise is teaching families how to reconnect safely with their children after a major crisis on school campuses. Today, the school district of Holmen, along with West Salem, Onalaska, and La Crosse, held the reunification drill at the Onalaska Omni Center. A reunification happens when a school building is no longer deemed safe for students and staff. Instances like fires, gas leaks, severe weather, or acts of violence would prompt schools to bring students to a large outside facility. The students are then accounted for, checked for medical issues, and then are released to their guardians after a verification process. Multiple law enforcement agencies helped orchestrate the checkpoint stations today, which are in place to create ease in a time of crisis.
Students and families are already going to be having a sense of stress, might be crisis needs, or even just the unknown, and making sure that we're all calm and confident will help others in supporting our community and students.
Now, this was the first annual reunification drill for the districts. They plan on hosting more in the future.
Sunshine isn't just powering La Crosse's summer, it's energizing the economy too. This morning, the Clean Energy Revolution Tour rolled into town, shedding light on major solar and rural energy investments. Several county supervisors, including Monica Cruz, joined the event, highlighting over $89 million in federal funding for clean energy projects across Wisconsin. One county board supervisor expressed the importance of handling the funds on a local level.
I think the feds, their work is to send us money and to provide guidelines. But I think that the real work takes place at the local level. We're the ones who, have to mitigate climate disaster.
Crews added La Crosse County is crafting a climate action plan to take steps towards counteracting the effects of climate change. The La Crosse stop, part of a 6-state journey promoting climate action.
A local company is breaking ground today in Holmen. Zetex is celebrating its 40th anniversary by holding a groundbreaking ceremony. The company plans to build a new state-of-the-art manufacturing facility to meet customer demands and create additional jobs in the community. A village administrator says they are appreciative that Holmen was selected as the location for the building site.
Bringing everybody together to the table to try to make something special happen. But again, it really comes back to the fact that these are just really good people that they chose Holmen to invest in, and we're just honored and blessed that they're here.
The new facility will open July of 2025. When Bernard Cudel brought home his pig in 2022, he never imagined the profound impact this charming companion would have on his life and his La Crescent neighborhood. News 8 Now's Michael Germain joins us in studio to tell us more about an unlikely friendship. Michael.
Ken and Emily, the pig's name is Utah, and while Bernard and Utah share an incredible bond, this charming pig has also become a beloved local icon. When Bernard Cudel lost his son and cat, he longed for a new companion. But what he found was far from an ordinary pet.
I said, no, I would kind of like a pig.
And the rest is history.
I just love him. I can't say enough.
Cudel says that getting the pig after his son's passing was truly therapeutic for his overall well-being.
He was therapy, but it was continuous, 24/7. I did not leave his side for a year and a half.
When Cudel's health started to decline earlier this year, neighbors rallied to find a place for Utah. And that is when Carla Topin stumbled upon a Facebook post.
She goes, we're looking for a home for Utah because my stepdad is just not able to care for him anymore.
Topin reached out to Cudel and arranged to come over and meet the pig. Topin thought keeping the pig for herself wouldn't be in the best interest for Cudel, so she threw out a suggestion.
Maybe I take him for visits and stop in and help you. And he goes, you'd do that for me? And I said, well, absolutely. Your pig loves you and you love your pig.
So they made the arrangement, and as soon as Cudel began to feel better, it was time to be reunited with his best friend.
She helped me out, and now my health is better again.
Utah has made himself at home, even becoming a well-known figure throughout the neighborhood.
Oh, my Utah. The public has just been overwhelming, you know, and it's every day I get company, carloads.
Now, although their bond is stronger than ever, Bernard says he hopes to find a forever home for Utah in the near future, a place where he can roam freely. Ken and Emily?
That's quite a gesture from Carla Topin right there. Thank you, Michael. All but official.
The DNC says Vice President Harris's nomination this month is essentially a lock.
Look, here's a phone company who wants us to use our phones less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
It's a free ride. But I already paid.
They don't clock out at 5 or care if it's the weekend. That means we keep working too.
So when Eric Hovde says that farmers don't work hard, that pisses me off.
Think of farming. Look at the old physical toil that it would take on your body. Now you're largely driving around a tractor.
A California banker criticizing Wisconsin farmers for not working hard? We know what that is.
Eric Hovde, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Maury's VW has all the latest Volkswagens with new product arriving daily, including the new 2024 Volkswagen SUV lineup, the large and very spacious Atlas and Atlas Crossport, the perfect size, family-friendly Volkswagen Tiguan, and the practical, economical Volkswagen Taos. As always, you don't need to travel far to have your Volkswagen serviced. Come in for your test drive today at Maury's Volkswagen.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints up the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Hip, knee, or back pain? See if Arch Supports can help you at the Good Feet store.
Our phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic, don't you think? Oh, I love this song so much.
Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The Democratic National Committee says Vice President Kamala Harris has officially secured enough delegates to be the party's presidential nominee.
The Harris campaign live streamed the moment during virtual voting when delegates put her over the top with 2,350 votes. The vice president called in to thank her supporters.
This is truly a people-powered campaign. And I would not be on this call right now and with you all were it not for your support and your trust.
The DNC says it will still hold a state-by-state roll call during its national convention later this month in Chicago, but it will only be ceremonial. The Harris campaign announced earlier that it had raised $310 million last month, more than double what the Trump campaign raised in July.
Harris is expected to interview VP candidates over the weekend and announce her running mate by Monday.
3 Americans that were wrongly detained in Russia are now safe on U.S. soil.
But as Natalie Brand reports from Washington, the road to recovery can be a long one.
The emotional family reunions of Marine Corps veteran Paul Whelan, Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gerskovich, and radio journalist Alsu Kurmashiva, a first step on their road to recovery. The 3 Americans landed in Texas and are now undergoing medical evaluations and beginning the process of reintegration.
Coming home itself is really stressful.
Liz Cathcart is executive director of Hostage US, a resource for those wrongfully detained and their families.
Not only dealing with those types of traumas that you dealt with in captivity, but it's also then figuring out how to rebuild your new life.
Washington Post journalist Jason Rezaian, who is imprisoned in Iran for nearly a year and a half, experienced the challenges firsthand.
Trying to unpack the wounds and the baggage of what is inevitably an incredibly traumatic experience, and one that very few other people in your life are going to be able to relate to.
The Biden administration says it's still working to bring home other wrongfully detained Americans.
What is your message to those families?
This is a really challenging moment for the families who didn't have somebody come home. Our heart goes out to them.
President Biden was asked Friday about Pennsylvania teacher Mark Fogel, who was arrested in Russia in 2021.
We're not giving up on that.
It's estimated more than 40 U.S. nationals are currently held hostage or wrongfully detained across 16 countries, according to the Foley Foundation. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
8 Russians were released as part of this exchange, including convicted spies, hackers, and 2 convicted killers.
Russian President Vladimir Putin said all 8 would receive state awards for their service to Russia.
We'll keep it here. After the break, Nicole's got a look at your weekend forecast.
Your child's confidence stems from learning and seeing clearly. At Shopko Optical, our professional team will help your child start their journey of confidence by providing quality eye care in a warm and comfortable environment. Schedule their back-to-school exam at shopko.com.
I'm Lori, and I live on the Mississippi River here in southwest Wisconsin. I had a Harley for about 24 years. Years ago, bikers helped do sandbagging during the big flood. They enjoyed it so much they decided, well, let's just make this an annual event. It's called the Flood Run, and it makes me very happy to live here along the river. I voted for Donald Trump in 2016. That was one of the biggest mistakes I have ever made, period. He calls our military suckers and losers. My dad is buried in Fort Snelling National Cemetery, and he was no sucker. He was a patriot. I have no idea what drives Donald Trump to say those things. And now he says he wants to be a dictator, but he said only for a day.
I'm gonna be a dictator for one day.
A dictator for a day is a dictator for life. Once he's a dictator for a day, he's really gonna like that. And there goes our rights. With Donald Trump, the big fear is what comes next.
ABPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
It's Toyota's national sales event. Swipe into end of summer fun with an exciting new Toyota. Whether you're paddleboarding in a RAV4, mountain biking in a Tacoma, or tubing with your best friends in a Camry, you'll find plenty to post about all summer long.
Right now, during Toyota's national sales event, you can lease a new Tacoma for $349 a month or get 2.99% APR for 60 months on a new Tundra.
Come in today. Ooh, like.
Toyota, let's go places.
Are you ready for a red-hot summer? At King Furniture, our prices are... Get your choice of these quality Jackson sets for $11.99. Need something more custom? Check out these 5 England sets for just $14.98. Available in your choice of over 100 fabrics. And in your home in just 30 days. Need a new recliner for Dad? We have hundreds of recliners all on sale and in stock. Get into King Furniture while the prices are...
Everyone's vision needs are unique. At Shopko Optical, our caring team of professionals will work with you to ensure your vision is at its best. Shopko Optical can help you experience every detail, color, and breathtaking sight in clarity.
Well, it was a nice summer day out there with 90s across much of the country. Our high here in La Crosse got up to 91 today. Much of the area is seeing those upper 80s and the potential 90 for some of you. Now, as we get into the rest of the week, we're going to see a little bit of a change in our flow. So for Saturday, we're going to continue to see that warm air that we had over us today. Stick around for a little bit longer. Much of the country, even more than half of it, is really going to have that big heat dome over it. But luckily, we will not be a part of that. There'll be some thunder showers over in Minnesota as we get into Saturday night. That's going to bring the possibility for some showers into our area in those overnight hours, although our main chance of rain is going to come in Sunday evening going into most of Monday. And then after that, you're going to see the flow kind of switches up a little bit, and it really becomes more zonal or horizontal, and that's really going to be what causes us to have those cooler temperatures or the more mild conditions that I'm really excited for. Not 90 in the forecast for the near future, so that's going to be a great break, so we need it. For the weekend, though, we're going to be sticking in the upper 80s for Saturday going into Sunday as well, with rain chances mainly Sunday evening and Monday, and then again those cooler temperatures are going to be on their way afterwards. So Sunday's going to be remaining mainly Sunday, very similar to what we saw, or excuse me, Saturday will be mainly sunny. Very similar to what we saw today, with some clouds rolling in as we get into those evening hours, and then we'll see that line of possible showers tracking through in the overnight hours. Again, it's mainly going to be an overnight situation, and we're not expecting anything too strong, just some rain showers, but they could leave behind a few sprinkles in those early morning hours, and then a couple more isolated chances for some storms in the late morning into the afternoon. But the main chance for that rain really isn't going to come until we get into Saturday evening. As you can see, more of those scattered thunderstorms passing over much of the area. Those should be continuing throughout most of the night and then going into Monday as well. So Monday's going to be a pretty rainy day with rain chances going out throughout most of the day. Here's our rain tracker for going through next week. As we can see, much of the area is going to see just over an inch of rain, especially once we get those showers on Monday. It's going to give us a good dusting of rain. A couple more chances as we get later in the week, but mainly sprinkles. We're not looking at any severe potential coming up in the near future. Tonight, mostly clear, lows in those mid-60s because of that clear condition. And then tomorrow's going to be another hot and sunny one with highs mainly in the upper 80s. But the good news is, because even though those highs are going to be in those upper 80s, our dew point really isn't going to be anything like we've seen it in the past. A lot of those dew points across much of the area is sitting in the low to mid-60s. So what that means is our heat index really isn't going to be any higher than our normal temperature. It's going to feel like the upper 80s out there rather than the mid-90s. So that's some great news, even though it will be one of the last days of that heat where we're not really going to have too much of the humid conditions coming along with it. And then come Monday, we'll have those storms, but after that, mild, 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 mild. Highs in the 70s, going to be a gorgeous week, and I'm so excited for it.
It's different from humid, 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 humid.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely
nice,
different.
nice ring to it.
Yeah, it's going to feel much better.
It's going to feel great.
Thank you, Nicole.
All I Want for Christmas is Mariah Carey.
The superstar announcing a major tour this holiday season, and she's making a stop in the Midwest.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
The one thing Kamala Harris has always been: fearless. As a prosecutor, she put murderers and abusers behind bars. As California's Attorney General, she went after the big banks and won $20 billion for homeowners. And as Vice President, she took on the big drug companies to cap the cost of insulin for seniors. Because Kamala Harris has always known who she represents.
This campaign is about who we fight for. We believe in a future where every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but to get ahead. Where every senior can retire with dignity. But Donald Trump wants to take our country backward, to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations and end the Affordable Care Act. But we are not going back.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
The farming industry is an integral part of our community, and it is important to us to help them thrive and grow.
My relationship with Chad has been very special. We've been doing this 20+ years now, and it's just been a pleasure to work with him. Online banking just makes life so much easier. It's right at my fingertips. I would highly recommend my friends and family to bank with Union State Bank.
Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ram is built to serve, and you'll find the Ram you're looking for at Pischke Motors in West Salem or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Make this the summer with a Ram 1500. Stop into Pischke Motors now during our last call to save over $10,000 off MSRP on select 2024 Ram 1500s. They're on clearance. Great prices. Get them before they're gone. With unparalleled durability, towing, hauling, Ram's 1500 has you covered. Hurry in. This offer ends July 31st.
Start your search at Pischke.com and then drive away in your new Ram.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com. The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Mariah Carey will do a 20-city Christmas tour this fall to celebrate the 30th anniversary of her Merry Christmas album.
Oh my goodness. This was the album with the classic Yuletide single, All I Want for Christmas Is You. The Mariah Carey's Christmas Time tour will start with 3 concerts in Southern California in early November. It will finish with 3 shows in the New York, New Jersey area in mid-December.
And the closest stop to us, she'll be performing in Rosemont, Illinois, November 27th. Ticket sales will follow staggered pre-sale dates, starting with a Verizon pre-sale beginning August 6th. General tickets will then be available 3 days later on the 9th.
Oh my goodness.
So judging by your read, you're very excited.
This was a profound staple of my childhood. I remember my reaction getting this album and then choreographing dances to all of them and making my cousins learn it so we could perform for my family. Like this is super special to me. I have to go to Rosemont, Illinois.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, for me, it's just what I've heard in the radio for decades.
Yeah, I know. It's never gonna die. By far, one of the most successful Christmas albums of all times, and I'm so glad she's going on tour to spread the magic.
See, that's the interesting thing. I've only heard that single. I haven't heard her sing a different Christmas song.
Oh, Holy Night on that album. I cry. Oh, all of them are so good.
Life-changing?
Life-changing. Yes. Play it in your play it right now. Christmas in July or August, whatever. Yeah. Mariah Carey, Christmas in August. Okay. We'll have another look at tonight's forecast right after this.
We've all seen these ads by Senator Baldwin attacking me. She's lying to you. But that's what career politicians do when they get in trouble. The truth? I was born and live in Wisconsin. I've never run a nursing home, And of course I believe seniors should vote. The false attacks are going to keep coming because she has nothing to run on. Her record has failed us on inflation, the border, and crime. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message for this reason. It's time for change.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. So make it your best summer ever with Ford. Get your ideal combination of power and capability. And experience hands-free highway driving technology with Ford Blue Cruise, available on select vehicles. It's the Make It Ford Summer Sales Event, so make it yours. Make it now. Get up to $7,400 in total savings on a new 2024 Ford F-150, only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
It's the Great Grill Out Sale at Hy-Vee this Friday through Sunday. Bacon wrapped sirloins just $2.99. Whole boneless pork loin just $1.98 a pound. Chicken breast just $2.48 a pound. Fresh ground chuck just $3.99 a pound. 8-ounce pork loin butterfly chops or America's chops, 3 for just $4. And our special recipe brats or patties, 8 for just $12, plus a 16-cent fuel saver. Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Great day to sit out on your patio tomorrow, especially in the earlier hours of the day, sitting in the 70s until we get to noon, and then we got those 80s rolling in. But again, it's not really going to be that muggy tomorrow. So I think stay outside and sunbathe all day long, so you got a lot of sunshine for it. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that.
Perfect Saturday.
Direction from Nicole Stolixy. We all have to do it.
Get your tan on.
We will. Great weekend to do it.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us tonight at 5.
We'll see you at 6.